Here's a bike that's easy to get excited about, man. We've been here for 13 years at over 7,500 motorcycles, actually. That doesn't include the new bikes. That's just the bikes we restore and we do videos online of. Haven't seen one KX80, let alone a restored one that looks like it just came out of the box, or you were time traveling back to 79. If you had this bike new, you'd be in your 60s, because this bike was built 45 years ago, and it looks like it just came out of the box. Original chrome wheels, original spokes, all the original cycle parts are in mint condition, and it's been given a full frame-off restoration to brand new showroom condition. Starting with the frame, was taken right down to the frame. The frame was sandblasted and painted the original gloss black. The forks were restored, the fork lowers were repainted, the front wheel was restored, new front brakes, new wheel bearings. The forks were rebuilt with new fork rubbers, new fork oil, and new steer and stem bearings, new front number plate, new bars, new crossbar pad, new grips, new levers, new on-off switch, all new cables. The original fuel tank was restored, metal rescue cleaned on the inside, and the outside was restored and repainted the original Kawasaki green. New graphics on the fuel tank, new side panels with new graphics, new number plate graphics. The fenders are new. The seat cover is new, the seat foam's new. The tires obviously are brand new, chains and sprockets are new. The original shocks were refurbished. The original exhaust system is in mint condition. Wizard did a compression test on it after it was rebuilt. 195 PSI. Thing's rock solid. Got the work order over here. 195 PSI. I had to read it twice just to be sure, but that's got to be the highest compression I've had on any of the 80s I've been on. It's right up there for sure. It definitely hauls ass. I'm 220 pounds, and it was ripping up the driveway with me on it. So, engine's completely rebuilt. New piston, new rings, new base gasket, new head gasket, new clutch. The original exhaust was restored. The original baffle was restored. New spark plug, new coil. The air box has been restored. The new air filter. Car's been rebuilt. All new fuel lines and fuel drain lines. Pretty much the standard spec list of what you would do on a full frame-off restoration. New gear oil. We're running VP fuel in it. It's basically brand new motorcycle, completely reconditioned, brand new. And as far as the odds of finding another one like this, I'd say slim to nothing. In all my travels, I haven't seen one, and I'll tell you why. Because most guys who had this bike were between 12 and 15 years old. And what the 12 and 15-year-olds had to do back in that time frame, there was no internet, there was no cell phones, there was no beepers. All you did was ride down to the pits to meet your friends down there and sneak your parents' beer down there, or your older brother had some and a little weed, and you go down there and have bonfires and smoke weed. That's what our generation did, you know, and meet the girls down there and meet all your friends down there. That's what we did. There was no, man, we had like 4 channels on the TV, and 2 of them were black and white, and Gilligan's Island and Batman was about all there was to watch. So there was no cable TV, so it was a much simpler time. Why is that important? Well, think about how it is this day, all the distractions that kids have. They're all sitting there with their cell phone all day long. All the places we rode as kids got closed. So what I'm saying is that we rode these bikes. I had a Yamaha 80, GT80 during that period. I was a little bit younger when I had that, but by then by the time I was 14, I had a Suzuki 100, but all we did was ride. We'd ride until we ran out of gas. And that meant these bikes got way more time than most of the bikes do today, so they got rooted in the ground. So the odds of one surviving in good enough condition to be restored is fairly slim to nothing. And the availability for parts on one of these 45 years later, to find all the components to do it, is extremely rare too. So the value of these is skyrocketing. The value of this bike is based on what it would cost on a time and material basis to restore one, if you could find one. And all the bearings are super tight, the wheel bearings, the swing arm bearings, everything's been redone on it. The chain slider, the original kickstand is usually long gone, because if you did race, you had to take the kickstand off, and that was long gone. The original shifter is intact, the original pegs are intact, the frame rails are in excellent condition, no damage on it. So it's a low-hour original that was frame-up restored. But the cost to do one of these, we run a restoration shop here, so I'll tell you from experience, to do a frame off, right down to the frame, completely rebuild, replate, repaint, and every component on this motorcycle, you're looking at a minimum of 70 hours, and easily could get up into the 100-hour range. So in our current shop rates, or any shop rate in Connecticut, the average is about 150 bucks an hour. So the labor alone to restore one of these would be north of 10 grand. If you paid a shop to do it, and most people don't want to spend that much money on a Mini, so not many of them get done. This one was done, it's a labor of love. Then I'm talking 10 grand in labor, and then all the parts to do it. So unless you can do it yourself, you can do a nut and bolt concourse restoration yourself, and don't value your time as any value on it, then it's just the parts. And you're looking at, you know, if you can find all the parts, maybe 2,000 to 3,000 in parts, depending on what the bike needed. And of course, professional quality paint and everything else. The intake is new on this. All the hardware is in excellent original condition or restored. Has a custom made countershaft sprocket protector because the original was missing. So yeah, the odds of, like I said, the odds of finding any KX80 1979 is that runs is slim to nothing. And to find one restored like this is the only restored one I've seen in years of going to ARMA races and everything else. So super rare unicorn machine. Take a look at the tires. The sum total ride time of this bike is what I just did up and down the driveway. It's brand new. It had 3 heat cycles. Wizard ran it and did a compression test on it. It's absolutely freaking runs perfect. It looks perfect, and you're not going to find another one. So it's going to be sold to the high bidder on eBay. Good luck bidding on it. It's an eBay auction. Somebody who buys this is going to probably be a guy my age, 60 or older, who had one when they were a kid. Or if you're a young up-and-comer and you can afford a trophy bike like this. I don't know if I'd want to drag it through the mud. It's too nice, but hey, if you wanted to do it, you could. It's ready to go. So if you have any questions about it, call us 860-454-7024. We offer financing. We can ship it anywhere in the country. And when you call, my son Kenny Jr. will hook you up. And of course, we take trades. So thanks for watching, and God bless America.